Guys, we got 4 more to go. So we're gonna see, smudging my cards real quick. Do that, like to do that often because it clears the energy and it also protects the energy too as well. So it's raining outside if you guys hear that. That's what that noise is. Also I'm house sitting or babysitting or pet sitting my daughter's dog. So if you hear anything, that's what that is. So this is how Pisces feels about you, Gemini. Don't forget to watch the other readings. It doesn't have to be a love relationship. It could be any connection, whether it's a friendship, family, friends, colleagues, things like that, okay? Pets. But tarot is generally based around relationships because it teaches us more about ourselves. Okay, so wow, there's the Moon card in reverse. That's their card. The Knight of Wands, the Page of Cups. Those cards you got in Scorpio too. So this is how you must be coming across with water signs right now. Okay, we have 3 more to go. The King of Cups in reverse. That's Scorpio's card too. Wow. The Magician in reverse, and then the Ace of Wands. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Let's find out what is going on here. All right, so the Moon card in reverse. Like I said, this is Pisces card. The Moon is number 18 in the Major Arcana, so 9 might be 18 or 9 also may be significant to you. And not everybody, I just want to reiterate this. Not everybody's going to be going through the exact same thing that everybody else is going through. So I explain the cards and then you tell your story, okay? You make sense of it, but don't make it make sense, okay? All right, so in reverse, Pisces does feel that you're moody or that you're acting. I'm sorry, I laugh, guys. I am a Gemini, so I sometimes feel personally attacked. But it does say that you may be acting like moody or, you know, maybe a little bit extreme. So the Moon also does warn of being in denial about something. So try to get some distance from intense emotions so that you can return to the situation with clarity. Yeah, so basically you can see this thing right here. Okay, so this is like the dog and the wolf, okay? And then here's the sun and the moon. 2 complete opposite towers. So this thing right here is coming out of the water, which Pisces is a water sign. That's emotion, right? Feelings, emotions. So coming out of our emotions and finding the middle path, not being too extreme, but not being too lame either, okay? Do you see what I mean? So definitely, you know, Pisces does feel that maybe something, I'm sure try to fix this camera a little bit. It seems like it's a little bit dark right over here, which is odd. You know, now I can't see the screen. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. There we go, better. All right, I'll try to edit that out, guys. I don't know why there's blackness right there on the corner. I'll fix it later. Okay, but anyway, let's just keep going. Okay, so, you know, don't be too extreme, but don't be too lame either, okay? Like, don't be unemotional or unavailable, but don't be too much either, okay? All right, now we have the Knight of Wands. So wands are fire signs, which is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And knights are fire, so fire and fire. Knights are all movement because you can see the horses right here. So this is like fire and fire. So this his sign or his key phrase is impulse to freedom. So Pisces does feel adventurous and always open to trying new things. They're confident in their appearance, their charm, and their sex appeal. So this turns up intense sexual chemistry. Keep in mind that sex and love are 2 different things. Interesting, because you got the same card for, you got the same one for Scorpio. So if this is a friends with benefits, guys, the same thing I'm going to tell you in the Scorpio reading is that that's not ever a very feasible good thing. Because if you're friends with benefits and you keep on sleeping together, you're going to catch emotions. Okay, and then are you going to feel like you're not good enough when they don't want a relationship with you? You know, but is it really their fault? Like, because you agreed to, you know what I'm saying? It's just detrimental, okay, in any aspect of being able to offer yourself so intimately and not having any emotion behind it. Okay, so that could be explaining why this card is here. So, gems, I'm going to tell you the same thing I told in the Scorpio reading, that if you can please tell me a movie that where friends with benefits had ever turned out good, let me know, because it's impossible. We are human beings. We are designed for relationships. We're designed for the long haul. Relationships keep us accountable. This also takes a hit to your self-worth, because why don't they want me? Like, well, they do, but they don't. You know, like it's dangerous. It's a dangerous. You're playing with fire. Okay, fire. So just keep that in mind, guys. Okay, now we have the Page of Cups. So pages are announcements or messages, and cups are emotions, feelings, and relationships, which is Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces energy. So this is like moderation, okay? So Pisces does feel attracted to fantasy more than reality. They may also avoid adult issues that come up in connections. So they're a very sensitive soul and would prefer to avoid confrontation, even if it means leaving certain issues unresolved. Yeah, so this is not yet the queen, okay? So what I mean by that is this is an immature version of that. Like it's progress. These are progresses from the tree of life, right? So the 1 through 10s and the minor arcana, that's like that's the lesson going up, right? Then the court cards before we hit the king and the queen, right? Or before we hit the major arcana. So this is like high school, right? So they're not quite there, but they're learning. Okay, so this is like an immature version of that. I'm not saying that they're immature. I'm just saying that they're not ready for the responsibility, I guess you could say, okay? Now here's the King of Cups. This makes perfect sense. So the Cups represents feelings, emotions, relationships, which is Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces energy. The King is, he knows what he knows. He's attained. There's a lot of attainment, success. He knows what he knows. He's the king for a reason. This is Scorpio. Now in the higher polarity, which means that when it's upright, not reverse, when it's in the higher polarity, his key phrase is drawn to a higher purpose. When it's reversed, it's drawn to his own purpose. See that? It's not so much worrying about what other people, being emotionally available for other people, just himself. Okay, so Scorpio may feels that there may be something that keeps replaying, like a past situation keeps replaying over and over. They might also be stuck in past emotions. And buying that emotion into the present. So they're bringing that emotion into the present. Okay, so they feel like you may have a hard time letting the past go. Okay, so they feel that you maybe keep replaying a past situation over and over, and that you're stuck in that emotion, and it's bringing it to the present moment, whether it's with them or a past relationship. Take it as it resonates. But they do feel that you may have a hard time letting that past go. Okay, so here's the thing. Yes, things happen to us, and we take that hit, right? But things happen to us for a reason. It happens to us for us to learn, to see why we have to figure out why we went through what we went through, get to the root cause of it, and then find out, like, kind of make a realization of if it keeps on happening, then it's something that's deep rooted. If it's not something that keeps happening, figure out why it happened and the lesson we're supposed to learn from it. Then we take that lesson and we incorporate it into our lives moving forward, and we let everything else go. And let the resentment go, the betrayal go. You have to know that we meet everybody for a reason. And like I told you, all connections teach us more about ourselves. But if you forgive somebody, so this is saying if this is not your ex, well, we need to forgive people anyways. But I'm just saying, if this is in the current relationship that they have done something, but you're still holding on to that grudge, I guess, you can't do that. Okay, so this is the reason why. Everybody screws up. Nobody's perfect. We know that, okay? But sometimes it's hard for us to let go. Sometimes we don't even realize that we're actually doing that to somebody. It's because that's how we feel. We're not really thinking about, is this right or wrong? Because we don't care. It's just with a feeling of being betrayed or whatever. And if you agree to forgive them, then you have to forgive them. You can't say, yeah, I'm going to forgive you and we're going to move on if you're not moving on. You know, that's a contradiction in itself because you're not. And now they're paying for it for the rest of their life. They're torturing them. So, I mean, even though that sounds feasible when you feel betrayed, it's not something that we need to do, taking the high road, right? We need to let that go. Karma, us being bringers of karma or making them pay is not what we're here for, okay? That's not our job. We don't sit that high to judge people that way. So the best thing that you can do is take what you learned from that lesson. If you can't forgive them, then maybe they shouldn't be in your life. If you can forgive them, then you need to forgive them and move on from it. Take the lesson from it and move on from it. We always have to take the high road, guys. And I heard this one saying before. It said, there are no victims and there are no perpetrators here. Everybody is uniquely designed to set forth in our life to teach us lessons and bring us to who we are at our core level and who we always were meant to be. That's why relationships teach us about ourselves. We're not here to get tortured or to suffer. We're here to learn and grow, and we can only do that through failures or, relationships that teach us like that, what you don't want and what you do want and what you're worth and what you're not worth, okay? So keep that in mind, guys, okay? So here we have the Magician card. This is Gemini and Virgo energy. This is number one in the major arcana. So this is like concentration to me, okay? Like he as above, so below. So this is like energy flowing through, okay? So now there might not be good energy in this, or it's also like concentration. So Scorpio does, or Scorpio, wow. Why did I say Scorpio? I just did Scorpio's reading, but, oh, this card was Scorpio too. This Scorpio energy. So it might be pushing onto this too as well. So they might be the ones that are feeling like that. Change and transformation is what Scorpio is. So Pisces feels that you are coming off as mentally fixed, or in a very, or also being very obsessive in some type of way. So dig or dial down the intensity. Okay, you may benefit from getting a neutral perspective on what you want to say before you say it. Yeah, slow down. You know, like sometimes we just let it flow through us, right? And when we have that feeling, that intense feeling, we don't have this balance, our emotions balanced, we're going to come off that way. But in all actuality, and I know, Gems, I know your guys' energy, and especially when there's something on our mind, it's over, you know, but dial it down a little bit, okay? Because all you're going to do is push them away, because it's going to be too much for them, okay? So they're like, they're water signs, right? So they're already very intense creatures. So with us talking in our communication, we could probably make somebody feel like, you know what I mean? So just dial it down a little bit, guys. Only Gemini could really understand it, another Gemini. But other than that, like in order for everybody else to feel comfortable with us and around us, yeah, I would dial it down a little bit. Okay. So now we have the Ace of Wands. Aces on the top, or on top of the tree life. They are of God. There's nothing tainted them. They're on the top of heavenly. Wands are fire signs, which is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So this is like a new action or a new inspiration. But let's say Scorpio again. Holy moly, Gems. That Scorpio is still, I wonder if they're trying to take over this reading. But Pisces is feeling passionate, excited, and they're ready to act. So the magic of newness is in the air. Don't be afraid to express your passions too. This card also signifies a desire to revitalize your sex life. That's the candle getting relit, okay? So, thank you, Spirit, guys. Just a true patient and true grateful. Is there any messages for Gems and Pisces? That was interesting how much Scorpio kept trying to come back in this. King of Wands. The Chariot in reverse. Five of Pentacles in reverse. Stay Spirit, guys. True patient and true grateful. Any more messages for Gems? Okay. Three of Cups. Yeah, don't forget to watch other signs. It'll tell you, it'll let you come, like, it'll bring clarity of how we're coming across to people. Like I said, it doesn't have to be a love connection. And take whatever resonates, guys. Don't make it make sense, though. Take what's best for you and leave the rest. All right, so we have the King of Wands. Wands are fire signs, which is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius energy. Kings are success, attainment. They know what they know, right? So this is Leo energy and fire. This is controlling appetites and passions. This is like a player to me. The player card. But he's like a vision. He's like a person that has vision, or an entrepreneur. Have a lot of honor, authority figure, maybe financial gain. Honest, trustworthy, bold, and direct with what he wants. So whether that's you or Pisces, just take it as it resonates here. So we have the Chariot. The Chariot is a major arcana. It's number 7. It is Cancer energy. So this is like the vehicle of the tarot, right? But it's in reverse. So this is like a lack of direction or scattered energy, possibly. That's what the Magician was in reverse. There's scattered energy. There might be self-doubt, or maybe you're veering off your past, or maybe you feel like you lost control. The Five of Pentacles. Pentacles are earth signs, which is Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn energy. The fives are also testing and conflict. So you guys might be going through a little bit of a rough patch right now, but it is in reverse. That means it's starting to heal, which is always a good thing, right? So Mercury and Taurus energy. So it's the Lord of material trouble. So in reverse, it's like there's hope returning. A positive from a loss. A renewal of faith. Do not fear rejection. Seek help when needed. Definitely. And then the Three of Cups. So we have Cups is feelings, emotions, and relationships. And threes are like the divinity, okay? So there could have been a third party or a third entity, which means like something that's something that might be interfering with this relationship or this connection. So it's like maybe a mother or a friend or work or a hobby, or, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be a person, so don't call them up and say, I knew you were cheating. Don't do that. Okay, don't ever take what I say out of context. I'm just trying to give up the options. Okay, so this is the Lord of Abundance. This could be like a celebration, a friendship, creativity, actually collaborating with people, or like I said, it could also be three as a crowd. that there might have been somebody that was interfering in this relationship or this connection. Yes, it's good to get advice because sometimes you might learn something that you weren't thinking of before, but don't ever let somebody tell you how to control your relationship. Nobody in this world has the perfect relationship. I don't care what anybody says, because there's two different people incorporating into one life, and it's hard. Okay, so and people don't know you guys at your intimate levels. All right, only your partner does, or only the person that you are close with knows that about you. So as they're making all these judgments and give all this advice, they don't know how you guys are on a personal, intimate level. So you can never take what they say. I take whatever, and they're actually telling you advice from their own personal experiences, not yours. Okay, so although it is good to get advice sometimes because you might be able to see something that you weren't able to see before, don't incorporate everything and don't let somebody interfere into your relationship. Okay, now we have the Queen of Pentacles. This is a grandmother card to me. It's somebody who takes care of the home. Okay, so Pentacles are earth signs, which is Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn energy. And the Queen is the Queen. She's good at particularly something, and this one is good at nurturing. That's why she's good with something in a 3D level, like taking care of the home. So this is Capricorn energy. This is like perseverance and grace. Okay, so this person's very nurturing, practical, providing, taking care of situations with money. Okay, so, you know, sometimes we do let people, if somebody is taking care of you or helping you, we do let them kind of run our lives and control our lives. No, 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 no. If something that everybody's doing comes with a price, and then I wouldn't accept it. That's too much, right? So just keep that in mind, guys, okay? And so this is your reading, gems, of how Pisces feels about you. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. Love and light.